And it's Well Ministries International presents Midweek Message. Hi, family. So on Sunday, we talked about people having those rapture dreams and people giving the date for the rapture and like September 23rd, Jesus is coming back. And I don't think you guys have really thought it out. What happens when Jesus comes back? Jesus comes back to war for our souls. Jesus is coming back to fight. It's not going to be gumdrops and rainbows when Jesus comes. I know you've been taught rapture, but I don't believe in a rapture. But even if there was a rapture, are you prepared? Like, do you think Jesus is going to take you as you are right now? I pray about that. Like, I need to get ready. Help me to get ready, Jesus, right? So how do we prep for this thing? Well, we have to prepare ourselves that to stand into the end. And in order to stand into the end, we have to have a supernatural faith in our God. When everything is going all the heck, we have to know that our God has us and that we can stand. Things are going to walk on this earth that will stop men's hearts. And we have to know that we're protected, that God has us covered. You have to know that you know that you know that you know. And so that's the first thing. It's our faith. We've got to have that supernatural extra faith, that faith that got the children of Israel from Egypt into Canaan, right, the promised land. That faith that had Noah build that boat, build that ark. That faith that got Lot out of Sodom. That faith that kept Joseph going when he was a slave and when he was a prisoner, then a slave, then again a prisoner again, until he became number two in Egypt. That faith that got Daniel and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego through. We have to have that kind of faith in these times coming. And so that doesn't happen overnight. You build that faith. And so, you you have to build it. You have to trust him. You have to submit to his will, not yours. We have to get control over our lusts, over our desires, over our desire for food, desire for sex, desire for money, like gambling, desire for shopping, desire for cheating or having sex outside of marriage, um, desire for porn. We've got to get those together because we can be controlled through those. And so we've got to get, it's called control of your members. You've got to control this or the enemy will control it for you. So that's that. We have to be physically like you can't sit on the couch all the time. You've got to get up and get moving. There may be a day where you can't order your food to come to the house, or you have to walk a little ways to get some food, right? Like hard times may come, and how are you going to stand it to the end if you can't stand? So we have to start moving a little bit. start walking, start exercising to get our body together. Um, you ever see someone who's thoroughly anointed, totally anointed? They can sing, they can preach, right? They can evangelize, they can teach, they can do all those things, right? But they just keep getting heavier and heavier and heavier, right? Or they can do all those things, but they can't stop sleeping with the congregation, or they can't keep their fingers out of out of the church's money, right? It's like they have all of that, all of that on them, but they can't stop that one thing. And with that one thing, the enemy has them with that one thing. Because if you continue to eat and eat and eat, food is going to kill you. If you continue to have sex outside of marriage, it's going to kill you. If you continue to do these things to fill these desires, these your desires will end up ending you early. Whether it be the stress of what are you going to do when you can't pay this money back, or just stress can kill you, and these things can become stressful. And eating, cholesterol, clogged arteries, strokes, blah blah blah, even that very sedentary lifestyle. Like, we really have to get ourselves together physically and spiritually. We've got to start banking up that faith account. And faith cometh by hearing, hearing the word of God. So you need to find yourself a good church. You need to find yourself a good teacher, preacher. You need to find yourself time every day to read the word, time every day to sing praises and worship. You need to find time to fast, to try to get your body under control. And you can do these things. You just have to want to do these things. What happens in the future if you're a smoker and they're not making cigarettes? What happens? Right? What happens if we get shut down again, God forbid, and you can't get out there to have your sex outside of marriage? What happens if they cut your internet and you can no longer get your pornography? What happens if food supplies go down and you can't eat like you were eating? And you be lucky to get a meal a day, much less meals and snacks. We have to get ourselves together and prepare. I don't think if Jesus came back today, that I don't know that he'd take me. I would hope he would, but there are some things that are in my heart that I have to deal with. uh, there are some, I've had some pretty big hurts in my life, and I have to deal with those hurts. And so I don't know if he'd take me. You have to find forgiveness in your heart, and I have to work on that. And so, yeah, or if he came back, would you be ready? So let's start prepping. Let's start preparing. If he comes, then you'll be ready. If he doesn't come, you'll be ready to fight. And what do we need to fight? Our full armor, right? So get that full armor together. That's an everyday thing. Join us again next time when In His Will Ministries International presents Midweek Message. Bye.